Yeah, Scott Boland just burrowing away that length. He's got one for 18, but Zach Cawley was good. The situation of the game, he played the right style. So he goes for 37 of 48, 3 for 112.
So a man that's never tasted victory in a test match on these shores. A little smile on his face. He's got a lot of support around the cricketing world. He's got a lot of support in this very venue. So many here from the UK, so many that have moved here to live from the UK. And they are living in hope, and how fitting it would be if they were to get this victory, Joe Root to be out there. But that suddenly seems quite a way off.
And the greatness of his record suggests he should have won in Australia. This is his best opportunity. Can he get a little 20 or 30 knot to get over the line? There's the playbook. They're going to try and get him nibbling outside off stump again. Keeper on the stump, Scott Boland with the off cutter, but also the one that squares him up and leaves him.
And just remember, he's on a pair. It was a 15-ball duck in the first innings. He tried to fight his way through. The atmosphere suddenly goes up a few gears. And that's a very, very nice defensive stroke to start.
And very good as expected from Scott Boland. Does it move far away from that line length?
And you can bet there's Barmy Army supporters there saying to the guy next, we can't lose it from here, can we? And the answer is, I don't know.
Successful over for Scott Boland. England have lost their third. Still 63 required.
Well, for Australia, they've got to keep believing in. For England, they've got to think 63 more runs.
A little set up here.
Again, the metronomic line and length of Scott Boland, eventually drawing a close face from Zach Crawley. He knew he had his man. Dharmasena gave it out. He went upstairs, but umpire's call hitting.
So Mitchell Starc, he's a man that can...
He has bowled so many money balls in his career and in this series, Mitchell Starc. Can he deliver one for Steve Smith here? Get rid of Bethel, get a new batter in. So close to the line. Will they get nervous?
Oh! For a moment, Australia thought they had their man, Jacob Bethel. Fight fire with fire, a young man with no fear. A valuable 4 runs.
Well, he came down the wicket, gave himself a bit of room, and he sliced it. Just kept going away from the fielder. A good effort.
Travis Head.
Little Trav.
Not known for his athleticism. What's the follow-up? Leading edge, I'll get a couple at least. Passage of play here. Every single delivery. Emotionally ridden by the crowd and the players alike.
This is a drought that needed to be broken, and they're on the verge of breaking it. But Australia, when they're on the greasy pole, they cling tough, and they're not going to give this away. Starc in particular, searching for the wicket.
What a test match. I mean, it's made T20 cricket look boring. Here he comes, Stark. Look at the pace there. 146 Ks. He has been absolutely consistent. And I think if you look back this whole series, the lack of game time for the English bowlers doesn't surprise me that they've gone down with a few injuries. Trying to shoulder the load of Test cricket. Preparation for the Australia, on the other hand, has been outstanding.
Wickets in the series. Mitchell Stark. Excellent from Bethel. Joe Root responds. So too the English fans. 20 overs complete, 3 for 119. A challenge to come in at, well, number 3 in the first innings. It was number 4 today. A little bit streaky with that first stroke, but he's been prepared to play a natural game. That's audacious. He looks like a real find for England here. Sometimes, Skull, you don't need to have the history and the track record behind you. Sometimes there's just something that you can see in a player, and he looks like he's got the package.
He's Gower-like, isn't he? He reminds so many of David Gower. He's got quick hands and quick feet, and he's brave. He'll take bowlers on. Big future. Yet to register a first-class century, but you think he'll have a number under his belt by the time he's finished. Jacob Bethel.
So 55 to win for England. Barmy Army, they believe.
Root still on North. Excellent from Bethel. Joe Root responds. So too the English fans. 20 overs complete, 3 for 119. A challenge to come in at, well, number 3 in the first innings. It was number 4 today. A little bit streaky with that first stroke, but he's been prepared to play a natural game. That's audacious. He looks like a real find for England here. Sometimes, Skull, you don't need to have the history and the track record behind you. Sometimes there's just something that you can see in a player, and he looks like he's got the package.
He's Gower-like, isn't he? He reminds so many of David Gower. He's got quick hands and quick feet, and he's brave. He'll take bowlers on. Big future. Yet to register a first-class century, but you think he'll have a number under his belt by the time he's finished. Jacob Bethel.
So 55 to win for England. Barmy Army, they believe.
Root still on North. Question is, do the Australians have one last zap of energy here? Can they dig deep? It's in a series where they've won in near record pace. That may mask the effort and energy that they've had to put in.
Yeah, and look, I think they have to look at it, whether they win or lose here, they've got essentially an hour of power. Put in, they'll have tomorrow off, they'll rest either way, leave nothing out the field.
I wonder what Smith's thinking about Cameron Green. Should he get a few overs, try and get one to stand up against these two batters?
Yeah, good shout. Good shout, Scott.
Boland's gnawing away. I think Green's an option.
And the squeeze is on.
I like the field they've set too, so they're dangling the carrot. We know that Joe Root is a nicker early on. They've left that acreage through what is a sort of a backward point to mid-off. Let him drive through that cover region.
Cat and mouse from Alex Carey too. Up to the stumps, back to the stumps now. Up over the bails again.
He just traps world-class batters on the crease, doesn't he, Scott Boland, with that metronomic accuracy, just coming back in, making them defend their stumps. Root's under pressure here. He's nicked off throughout, but he's worried about this, the one that comes back at him off the deck.
And that's that gap I was talking about, where he thinks he can score. That will bring the edge to first and second slip.
And he gets it through that very gap. So relief for Joe Root. Gets the motor running. More importantly for England, it's another couple off that required total. It's now down to 53.
I wanted to have control over drinking instead of alcohol having control over me. I started with Or Health about a year ago. It put the brakes on that I had been looking for. I can drink less and say no, and it's the best feeling in the world.
Text TV to 710 710 to learn more.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com.
Another wicket or two here, and it could make things very interesting.
They are ready to party, that English crowd, aren't they?
They've been ready since the 21st of November.
Protection there. Not quite the energy from the Australians in the field. They attack Neeser with the new ball. So too Stark, who tried to challenge the stumps and pads. Maybe it is Green who can get it done. Taking his time, Steve Smith.
Be a real good bumper here, Gilly. First up to Joe Root. Pace is up.
The Army cheering every single now, aren't they? It's a countdown, and they're up for it. It's been a long wait.
Well, they will go berserk if England peel off 51 more runs. The party will continue long into tomorrow.
So Joe Root in his 18th Test match in Australia hasn't tasted victory. Jacob Bethel in his first, possibly closing in, helping a march towards victory.
I wonder if Jacob Bethel will say to Root if they get across the line. I don't know why you found it so difficult.
Or just a simple, you're welcome.
Yeah. The outstanding New Zealand opener, Bert Sutcliffe, went 42 tests his whole career without winning a test. 23 losses and 19 draws. That's a lot of tests without singing the song, Gilly and Binger.
That's a lot of faith in the selector.
I think he got 5 test centuries and never tasted victory.
Wow. What's that?
Well, this might sound a little bit self-indulgent, but it's more self-deprecation. In India, 2001, the Australian cricket team hadn't won over there in a series for 31 years. I scored 100 off 80 balls.
Yeah.
I said, what's been going on? What took you so long? I won the test. In the next test, I got a king pair, 2 golden ducks, and in the next test, I got out 1 and 1. Still having nightmares for being such a big head.
But you broke the drought.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And we lost the series. Just keep it shut next time, Churchy.
It's a great yarn.
Under 50 runs now for England.
King pair, wow.
Square leg going back there. It might be that bouncer coming that you mentioned, Binger. He's doing everything right now, Jacob Bethel. He's settled into this innings beautifully. Over complete. 3 for 127. Barmy Army. They're believers. They believe no matter the situation. And who knows what's going to happen in Melbourne tonight if this lot get let off the chain. What do you think of Ben? You got a gig on, haven't you? You and your band. Look out if they turn up.
Oh, yeah. Anyone's keen.
They're not singing. They've suddenly got a little smug.
We could have the Barmy Army there tonight. We played at the casino tonight at Echo State.
Oof, 6 and out.
With the boys.
Oh, is it a chance? Doesn't get there.
Decided to declare. We did. 6 and out. So a couple of shows
Yeah,
left
is that
tomorrow night. The
Rain's
Corner
coming to
Hotel.
an end.
Yep. And your boy Archie, chance to get up with us tonight. Gilly.
Is he now?
Bowling so close. It's hard to believe he's played so little cricket for Australia.
It's a fine line. He rode that really nicely, Joe Root. On occasion, just by pushing the hand at the ball, he can nick that as well and be crucified. But they're reading this situation beautifully. Partnership up to 18 in what seems like very little time, all without too much risk. So Mitchell Stark's bowled 3 in this spell that he's currently in from that Shane Warne stand end. Can't see any signs of Cam Green warming up.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to go one more from Stark. He's been the man with the golden arm this summer so far.
Typical from Carey. That's the standard he set. That is outstanding.
It's going to be hard to do, Gilly, when you're blindsided.
Absolutely, you lose sight of the ball for a fraction of a second there. So it's all about the muscle memory from the training, but on a pitch that's not so much varying in bounce, but just seam movement. Sort of relax and have your hands in the right position and hope it goes in. And it's done that all series for Alex Carey. Nice work too from Joe Root. Pinch an extra one. Three for 133. And there's 3 wickets to have fallen. First to go was Ben Duckett.
Yeah, that was a cracker there from Mitchell Stark. He threatened with the ball early on, and that one there actually touched his pad on the way through, blew away the off stump. And Cast came out as a pinch hit up in the last 8 balls. Richo dismissed him. A nice catch there from Cam Green.
And then Zach, yeah, this was good. This was a definite strategy from the English. Bryden Cast, Cameron Green, safe hands. Richardson had his first, and then Zach Crawley, a victim of Scott Boland off-cutter, as so many have been over the years, particularly the MCG. Went upstairs, ball hitting, England's third. Roots come in, 9 red. Bethel 39 red. Nisa, last roll of the dice, 42 required. What can Mick do?
Jacob Bethel may just fancy his hand against Michael Nisa just to keep that aggressive approach.
Yeah, look, I think they'll appreciate the pace a bit better rather than 146 k's from Stark. First one there from Nisa was just below 130. for a guy that hasn't played a lot of Test cricket, his first opportunity here, he's looked really solid to me. I think he's got the right attitude, the right mindset. He can go through the gears, but he's got a good defence as well.
Looks like an athlete too, Bing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's fit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's when he gets to angle back with just that natural arm action. And these are, start that a fraction wider. It might be in the game here for an LBW.
Still just enough on offer. 23.5 overall ball.
As this victory looms, Gilliot, the mind will hark back to that moment in Perth when they led by 105 with 9 wickets in hand and got beaten. That was a match they should have led 1-0, and the whole complex of this series has changed since then.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And they would have reflected on that already.
Yeah.
But, yeah, should they salvage this one? Who knows what happens in Sydney?
Because they may have lost the pink ball test, inexperienced against it. That's a 1-all situation. Australia 2-1 after Adelaide, 2-all here. Wow, it would have set up Sydney for a decider. How exciting would that have been? They'll look back on that with regret.
Excellent from bowler and keeper alike. It's 24th complete. 39 runs England require, 7 wickets for Australia. We'll be changing the comm box. You'll hear from Mark Howard, Mark Warren, Lisa Healy.
Thanks, Gilly. Things are moving quickly again in this test match. In this instance, not the wickets falling, it's the runs. England ticking it along, chasing down the 175 they needed.
Hi, Lisa, Mark, everybody watching around Australia, around the world. January 2011, since England have won a test match here in Australia. It's a 22-year-old by the name of Jacob Bethel, who has been fantastic. Joe Root is there. And Scott Boland got one last MCG effort in him. Gets a bit of extra bounce, and Bethel sends Root back. It's been very good, Jacob Bethel.
Yeah, my word, very busy. Confident young player. He's worked the angles really well. He's looked to hit down to third man a lot. He's run well between wickets. Great game awareness. You know, he's ticked the strike over when he hasn't been able to hit fours. Not sure number 3's his spot, to be honest, at this stage of his career, but this is a real good confidence booster, particularly if you can see England home here.
Thick outside edge. He's down to third man. Joe Root, in all his tours of Australia, has never won a test match here. Ben Stokes hasn't won a test match. Jacob Bethel, in his first test match, might be 1 from 1.
What's going on with you blokes? This is easy.
What have you been doing, you blokes?
Yeah, a long time between drinks for the senior players. Not job over yet.
Sometimes not having that baggage is the nicest way to approach it.
No, if Australia were to chip out 2 quick ones, you just never know. It's been that type of series. Leg slip goes in place. Barmy Army, the chorus in the background. Bethel exposes his stumps. And the catch is taken by Khawaja. Of course, it's Scotty. And while there's life, there's hope. The Australians aren't exactly going off their chops, but Bethel departs.
Give himself room there, Jacob Bethel, looking to go through that vacant offside. He's picked out Khawaja. Good catch, good sharp chance. Low to his right. Bethel's furious with himself. He wanted to be there at the end. Does that just open the door for the Australians? You never know. Never know. Nice innings from Bethel. Not quite enough as far as he's concerned, but a good 40. It's 4 for 137.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com.
But widely talented Harry Brook. Catch this from Khawaja.
It was hit hard. It's just Usman Khawaja there in the covered region. There was nobody around him. A metre either side, that's 4. And he knew it as well. He's done so well to get himself in on a wicket where everyone's been talking about it's been tricky. No one's made a lot of runs. He worked really hard to get himself in and then ultimately gets out like that.
I don't think it looks like Australia believe yet that if they were able to knock over Harry Brook in a hurry, things might change around. Well, we saw his first ball, as I mentioned. They were 4 for 8, and he charged Mitchell Starc, tried to hit him over cover for 6, which he did do later on. Now, the Australians feel their best chances when Brook's defending, so immediately put off deep cover and deep long off. What's he doing first ball? What's your thoughts?
Oh, he could do anything, Harry Brook. He could back away and hit over cover. He could ramp it, or he could play a conventional shot. You just do not know with Brook.
Boland's got him 3 times in the series. Brook advances, he's beaten, and the crowd start to come alive.
She swing away. Looked like it swung a bit. Just a little shimmy down the track, tried to push it into the gap. All of a sudden, Scotty Boland finds a yard of pace.
It's amazing how a wicket changes a game of cricket. Boland again in a test match where no one's going to pass 50. He's jammed up on the crease. Yeah, Travis Head's top scoring with 46, unless Joe Root peels off the next 38 runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at the pitch this afternoon, it's playing okay. If Australia had batted half decent this morning, they could be still batting now. That's what they'd be shaking their heads at. Batted poorly in both innings, Australia. Field spreads even more. Deep backward square goes out.
I wouldn't be leaving home just yet. 4 for 137. Here's the wicket. Scotty Boland will be warmly received when he walks down in front of the crowd. He's dipping on Khawaja.
Well, he hit it hard. Like I said, he was quite stationary, quite close there at cover as well. Metre either side, that's 4. He's just hit it straight to Usman Khawaja. He did a nice job at hanging on to it.
7 overs, 2 for 23 for Scotty Boland since tea. Just the slightest of acknowledgements. It's about the best you get from Scotty.
He's pretty cool. I'm a little surprised Green hasn't had a bowl from the Shane Warne stand in instead of Nisa. This hasn't been Nisa's day today. He does worry Joe Root too, Cameron Green.
feeling up in the English change rooms. Ben Stokes will be next. And few and far between up there.
And maybe they're not allowed to move from their spots wherever they've been earlier in the innings. Don't sake of there. Who else we got?
Brandon McCullum in the front row.
Normally got his feet up on the lounge.
They're feeling like they're at home.
Yep, enjoying the
English
Melbourne
winter.
summer. Nisha again to Root. Down the leg side, away from Carey. That'll hurt the keeper's fingers and will get to the rope and hurt the Australians. Valuable runs. Whether it was a set play with the leg side stumping or he just lost direction.
Just lost direction of that one, Nisa, I'd say. Alex Carey's been so good up to the stumps. With the wicket just doing a little bit, just jagging away from his open hands. That's right on the end and ouch.
It seemed, didn't it? Went a long way. It's a disadvantage on a seaming pitch. It often nips back, so it's hard to get the one down the leg side or the one between bat and pad.
Ball has swung today. We didn't really see swing yesterday. It was more seam, but both teams have swung the ball. Ben Stokes, Mitchell Stark, Michael Nisa.
Well, we've seen 4 new balls in the space of 2 days of cricket.
That's a good point.
It's bound to be one that one good one to swing.
2 balls short of drinks. Last thing they need is a run out. The tourists, they survived the Nisa over. 4 for 1, 4-1. 34 required. The umpires are calling on the drinks, so we'll have a break. Smashed! Just getting in front. Josh Inglis out on the field as a sub.
Travis Head might be having a little bit of a spell.
Loves a roll in the outfield, Josh. Every time that wicketkeeper comes down and he does the commando roll.
Oh, gee, that is a big swing from Harry Brook. Goes to the fence. It'll be 4 more byes. If you hit that, that was going a long way.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's much benefit in Alex Carey standing up as he wanders back. All he can do is get a broken finger at the moment. But the ball's flying through and nipping around. He needs to go back. There's more chance for an inside edge between the gate and standing up, getting one there. Don't worry about what Harry Brook's doing.
That is an absolute keeper's nightmare, I will say. He would not have seen that for very long.
That's 137 Ks as well. So it's pretty sharp.
Last 8 runs from Byers. Vacant leg side field for Harry Brook. Joe Root's not interested in a second.
It's a big win this for England if they can get there. Down and out, really. And they've come back, and it's could be quite a dominant win. Australia will be very disappointed with the way they've batted in this Test match. And looking ahead to Sydney, there's a few players who'll, I think, be playing for their spots. Jake Weatherall in particular. Cameron Green needs to make some runs. Usman Khawaja, is it his last Test match? There's still a lot to play in this series.
It seemed like that if England lost the Test match, it was going to be a lot on them. What they need to fix, what they need to do, all the chatter about Brendan McCullum, Ben Stokes. And all of a sudden you get a win here, even though the Ashes have gone. It sounds funny, but you put the pressure back on Australia. All of a sudden the media will start talking about what Australia need to fix to come back at the FCG, what their lineup looks like. There's obviously still World Test Championship points on the line as well, so every Test match is important. It's not just about the Ashes series right here and now.
This will be the first Test Australia has lost if they go on to in the series as far as the World Test Championship calendar resets after that loss to South Africa.
I just think subconsciously Australia have played like they're 3-0 up in this game. Their batting is, yeah, it's been a lively pitch, but very loose today especially. Really batted like England have batted in the first 3 Test matches, to be honest.
I think combine that with England bowling better as well. Bowled a bit more consistent, put the ball in the right area.
29 required. England 4 for 1, 4 6. Australia bowled out.
Anybody who's struggling with alcohol should try Or Health. Within a week, the cravings were completely gone. Or Health is safe, science-backed, and it works. I couldn't believe how easy it was. Alcohol doesn't run my life anymore.
Text TV to 710-710 to learn more.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com today and get 50% off.
Ollie Pope on the field, taking the catch down there, then Cass again, pushing across the left-hander. Alex Carey got caught outside there. Cameron Green coming down the wicket, playing a loose shot. Michael Neeser. Why did Cass take a good return catch? Another one across the left-hander. Oh, beautifully over the wicket did Cass. Ben Stokes, got Jai Richardson. Up and under, Zach Crawley taking the catch.
Nicely timed from Brook. He'll turn and hustle back.
I mean, you look at those dismissals. Travis Head got a beauty. Couldn't do much about that. Jake Weatherall, slight misjudgment, but a lot of the other ones, you know, the batsmen would be looking back at that and thinking I could have done something different.
Especially when you think Gus Atkinson went off, grabbing his hamstring. Probably knew he wasn't coming back into the attack. England are down to 3 bowlers. It's a good opportunity for Australia to try and dig in, put to the sword a little bit in that regard, and just let them back in the fixture.
That's punched with authority from Brook.
He's going to fancy needs to hear Harry Brook. Licence for him to go up and over. Men up inside the circle, mid off and mid on. And he's sort of operating in the low 130s. It's an invitation for Brook to go downtown.
Well, they've done that really well today. Australia have probably left that open a little bit at times as well, knowing they didn't have a heap of runs to defend, but they've played the ball really late under their eyes. A lot of runs through that third man, forward to point region as well when they're defending, getting up the other end. Being able to rotate strike that way.
Well, Bethel did it really well. Joe Root does it well. Harry Brook plays that shot too.
Sharp glove work from Alex Carey. So Australia's total aggregate for the match, 20 wickets for 284 runs. It's the lowest home match aggregate for Australia, 284 runs, since South Africa Hobart 2016, which is when the wheels really fell off. That's when Cal Ferguson played one test. I think Junior, you chopped him immediately.
I wasn't selected then, yeah.
And the lowest home Ashes match aggregate since 36-37 at the Gabba. But that South African Hobart test caused a lot of change in Australian cricket. That angled bat shot from Root. Could think about a second, and he's happy with one.
Yeah, I remember that. I was selected then. I remember Pat Howard coming down, James Sutherland, who was the CEO, came down.
Into the rooms.
Yeah. All hell broke loose there.
My word.
Poor old Cal Ferguson got run out too.
One test match.
Yeah. And I think we brought Nick Manninson in. He might have only played one test match as well. Played the next test in, I think it might have been Adelaide. Yeah. The knives were going everywhere.
Final ball, the Nisa over Brook. No run. Just 21 required. 4 for 154. We talked about the effect in the discussions around the Australian team. What does this do for England? They were miles out on the odds to come in and win this test match. They've been down, they had a tough tour, and they take a win here and they go to Sydney with a spring in their step.
Well, in some ways, they've actually played better when there's nothing to lose. And that's the way, I guess, the Bazball approach is that let's go out there, play fearless cricket, take the game on, and all of a sudden when the Ashes series is no longer on the line, they've come out and done that on a tricky wicket and attacked it beautifully.
Yeah, they've played better than Australia. Australia have been down on form in this particular match, but I mean, England, Gus Atkinson obviously won't play. Depends on the surface. You don't know what you're going to get at the SG. Last year we got a green top, but normally it's a spinning track. So, you know, does Bashir come in? Matthew Potts potentially comes in for Atkinson. We've got no spare batsmen, so I imagine the batting lineup will stay the same.
Richardson reintroduced to Roots. Will Australia look at their bowlers? Brendan Doggett
provisional out decision. You are on screen, make a signal.
Richardson knocks over Root. 5 down, 17 to win. Funny game, cricket. Funny game.
The Australians.
Funnily enough, that's as smooth as his run-up has been this whole over, Joe Richardson. He got it right. Got the ball angling back into Joe Root. Just did enough to clip the stumps, and Kumar Dharmasena said, yep, it's gone for 15.
I wanted to have control over drinking instead of alcohol having control over me. I started with Or Health about a year ago. It put the brakes on that I had been looking for. I can drink less and say no, and it's the best feeling in the world.
Text TV to 710 710 to learn more.
Just clipping enough in the stumps to stay with the umpire's decision.
Took a long time to see the emergence of the English captain. But he's out here now. Barmy Army salute their skipper. Kerry O'Keefe's come in to cherry pick at the end of the test match. Afternoon to you, Skull.
Is there a final little twist here? We know Jamie Smith can get nervous. He's next in. If a wicket was to fall now, these will be the toughest 17 runs that England will ever get.
The weight of history on their back.
And Richardson's going to bowl some serious heat here. He's only in his 4th over, and he can get it through.
How you spoke of Joe Root wanting to be out there to hit the winning runs, but I dare say Ben Stokes would love it even more. We know what he's done this series. We speak about his strengths a lot. He loves to score through the leg side, loves a pull shot. I don't think we need to know about his footwork to the spin. We're highly unlikely to see that one.
Richardson hanging to the faintest of hopes to Stokes. There's no problem just pushing it to mid-on.
Be good reward for Ben Stokes as well, in that Gus Atkinson went down, he got the ball in his hand, he got the breakthrough to kick it off today as well, just to start that Aussie collapse. He shouldered a lot of the load this series. I'd love to be out there.
Part of a line. It'd be right if he was there at the end. Still got work to do. Richardson steaming in.
Full and dug out. Good over from Richardson, finding a bit of rhythm late. 17 required.
As the daughter of immigrants, financial struggles were part of my everyday reality. In high school, I became homeless and had to live in a women's shelter. Thankfully, being an APIA McDonald Scholar enabled me to attend college and begin a new chapter in my life. And now, my reality is filled with endless possibilities.
McDonald's has awarded nearly $4 million through APIA Scholars to support students. Learn more at apanext.com.
And it gave him out. It was obviously going to be very tight. Umpire's call. Starks recalled. Stark v Stokes has been a big battle this series.
Well, 25 wickets for the series. It's the last roll of the dice from Stephen Smith as David Warner joins us in commentary where there's life, there's hope. Dave?
There sure is. There sure is. And hasn't Mitchell Stark been fantastic this series, but it's all England is a talking point at the moment. Brook in the first innings came out, started playing his shots, proved very valuable. Can Mitchell Stark get Stokes on strike and get him again?
Deep third, deep point, deep long off, square and fine. Stark, one last effort to Brook, wide of the crease. Calls two. It'll be an ambitious two. So he's knocked him over, Mitchell Stark. Ben Stokes, 12 times in Test cricket, 6 times he's hit the stumps. There you go. Just to play square, keep the stumps in play.
This is going to be great theatre, isn't it? He's got the ball to get him. And then suddenly Jamie Smith jacks and the tail. Still 16 to get.
Surely he can't get him again. Not bold, surely. He knows what's coming. It's not that easy out there, Howard.
Far from it. Only bowled 2 balls to Ben Stokes in the first innings, Mitchell Starc. Now he gets an opportunity. Late in the game. Stokes advances to cover any movement.
Kerry, do you reckon Duckett's got that Uber ready? 6 days in Noosa.
Yeah.
Haven't won a test. Imagine after they win one.
Oh.
How can you imagine?
Apparently, the SCG has been moved to Maroochydore.
Well, it's no doubt it's going to rain in Sydney, but hopefully it doesn't.
Carey does well, really well. Of all the Australians out there, Dave, you've played with all these guys, who's the one that will be believing? Who's the one that will be pumping them up, saying there's still a hope?
This man with the ball in his hands. He'll be trying it all himself. Ultimate competitor. He's always got his tail up no matter what situations of the game. He'll always have that belief. But mind you, every other single person would be out there.
Full, and Stokes jams down on it. Well bowled, well played.
Trying to zero in on those stumps. A little bit of tail there. Would really love to get Ben Stokes again. These are the little battles. Yes, potentially the test match might be gone, but it's the little battles, the scars, living in the heads.
Work to leg. Should be a couple.
I say, Scott, there's a lot of talk the last couple of years about 4-day test matches. Don't worry about them.
No.
Where do you just sit on it all, Kerry?
I've enjoyed the compelling theatre of this 2-day test, but it's not my cricket. On record, it's not test cricket as I know it, as I believe it to be designed.
Final ball to Starc over. Again to Stokes.
Could there be a twist?
Oh, there could be, because Jamie Smith, we've seen there's a gap between bat and pad. He can get nervous.
0 for 30 more runs for the home side.
Oh.
Stokes is out, and again it takes a long time for the English batsmen to make their way out onto the ground. And Smith, who's had a tough tour, needs to join Brook. He's still got 4 balls from Mitchell Starc to come. Good glove work from Carey.
As you've said, Davey, he hasn't given up, not by a long shot, Mitchell Starc. He still thinks there's a chance of nicking this at the death. That's his second wicket. Stokes trying to change his length, advanced on him. Job not done yet. The number 8's in, Jamie Smith.
Jacks to come, Tongue and Atkinson, who's got a hamstring issue. Might have to be strapped up, Nick McCosker style.
Right, compulsive hooker puller, but I think they'll test him with full deliveries from the outset. LBW bowl candidate to right. Can Starc, he's got remaining over the wicket to him. What's he got? Big ball this.
Starc with the MCG well and truly behind him. To Smith. Down the leg side. Runs immediately. Nicely timed from Smith. The Army's in voice again. It's a long boundary out there. Almost come back for 4. And they stop on 3. Brook will want to finish this test this over.
Nice timing. First ball. Just rolled his hands around it. Just in front of square. So I like his setup. His just demeanour's just one tempo, isn't it?
Beautifully timed from Brook. Another boundary, 1 stroke away.
The noise coming out of the Barmy Army is deafening. They know their dreams are about to come true. A victory against Australia in Australia in recent times. Harry Brook. Don't get too straight to H.
You're going to win a test match batting 61 overs, England. Go figure. 3 runs required. Oh, he tries to go over fine with a 6.
Harry don't do singles.
Nope. He don't. He got it where he wanted it as well.
Last ball of the over. Is he going to end it against Starc? Their nemesis throughout the tour.
Screwed away. Good piece of fielding. Keeps the test match alive. There's Green. Brook will be on strike with just 2 required. 6 for 173. Oh, no ball. So, the tie's still on the table. Just 1 required.
Fine leg still down. Every man saving 1 inside.
Smith with the opportunity to win a test match for his country. Captain looks on. And Stark was not having it off his bowling. No, thank you. 6 for 174.
I was waiting for Kumar Damasceno to put his hands out. Oh, could you imagine?
An anticlimax.
First one they call all day.
Never won a test match in Australia, that man, Ben Stokes. Nor has Joe Root. In fact, none of this English team have won a test match here.
Did say none of these Army have seen a test match victory, you'd have to think. Big moment for Ben Stokes. What's Harry got?
I don't think he's pushing a single score.
No.
The first ball he faced, he charged. He's got to do it to finish it, surely.
Richardson to Brook, 1 to win. Overpitched. And the game stays alive.
The 107 slower ball. Everybody in the ground was expecting rocket to the base of the stumps at 145k, and he's done the reverse.